Hello YouTube, Size17 here, but you can just call me Travis, and welcome back for another video. This one is a label highlight video. As you can see in the title, this is a highlight video for the label Hoove Records, which I've talked about many times on this channel because it is an awesome label. I ended up having to do this video because I had ordered so much stuff over the last few weeks, but as it turns out, I'd done several, actually I think 3 Hoove order records individually, and so just like half of the stuff that I ended up ordering ended up being Hoove record stuff. So I thought, you know what, if I'm ordering that much stuff from one label, let's do a shout out video. So Hoove Records, here we go. This label's awesome. I'm not even sure where to start. None of these are going to be in order of like, they're not going to be like, this is the one order and this is the second order. They're just, it's all in one big pile. One of the orders that I got came with this nice little note from Patrick, the guy who runs the label. Got a sign of the Jackal button on there. Anyway, thanks for the note, Pat. All right, like I said, no order. So let's start with the vinyl just because there's a couple. Came across this recently, didn't have it, so I thought, you know what, I needed to grab it. This is the Faster Than Fire 7-inch from Pounder. Awesome US heavy metal, speed metal act. This is a 3-track release. I think this came out last year, 2018. Yes, it did. Anyway, like I said, 3 tracks, awesome stuff. Super into it. Particularly the track Faster Than Fire. I'm really into that one. Good cover out there. Just on black. Although I do enjoy the color of the labels. Here it's sort of like a pumpkin-y orange looking, which I enjoy. Anyway, cool stuff. Really, for Pounder now, I think the only thing I really need to pick up is a, I don't know if it's a cassette, like a EP, or if it's a, I don't know exactly what you want to consider it, but it's a cassette. Need to pick it up. Anyway, Faster Than Fire 7-inch from Pounder. Good stuff. Alright, also, like I said, another record. This one's a long overdue picking up, so I was happy to see it finally show up in Hoove because it made it very convenient for me to pick up. This is the Substratum Skelator split. What is it called? The Battle for the Emerald City. Also released on Swords and Chains. I say also because I mentioned that label in the last video that I did. Yeah, 2 songs from each artist. Battle for Emerald City, as you might, what do you want, infer, is as both bands are from the Seattle area, is a reference to Seattle, which is cool because it comes on this awesome emerald green color. Substratum, unfortunately, is a now defunct band, but that's okay because Amy Lee Carlson has moved on to Solicitor, repping speed metal. And as for Skelator, they just released a new album, I think on Friday. I think Friday might be the international release date, and then next Friday is the US release date. Anyway, good stuff, cyber metal. I'll leave a link to that one too. You can check it out. Anyway, here's the insert for the release. Got them with swords here, and then on this side there, they're battling, which is badass looking. Anyway, cool stuff. Glad to finally pick this one up because I needed it in my Substratum collection. And actually, it's the first thing I ever actually picked up from Skelator. Oh, that was not working out well at all for me. Oh yeah, I didn't say, in the background we're listening to Communication by JJ Mist, new album by a synth-pop artist out of New Zealand. No physical release yet, but so good I had to buy the digital. Great album cover too, by the way. I'll flash it up here right now.
Come the wait. You tell me, you call me, well it's getting late. I won't be left hanging.
All right, hope you enjoyed that because I really did. Anyway, Battlefront Emerald City, Substratum, Skeletor. Like I said, really happy to finally add this one to my collection. All right, yeah, let's do CDs. What do we got here? Yeah, okay. Picked this one up recently. This is a 2018 EP, 4 tracks from the band Fortress. I think this is a US band. Awesome stuff, good heavy metal, good riffing, solid soloing, and lead book and stuff like that. Vocals are enjoyable as well. Released on High Roller, I'm pretty sure. Yep, released on High Roller. Good stuff. Check it out. I think most people actually enjoyed this a little more than I did, so I enjoyed it quite a bit, and so you'll probably maybe even like it more. Next up, 3 releases from the same band. Was super jacked to see these show up on the Hoove Child Records distro because I needed all of these releases by this artist, and just never wanted to. You know, I do actually like to buy stuff directly from High Roller if I can, but you know, it is importing it still, and sometimes I'm like, I don't want to pay for it. So I was super jacked to see these show up at Hoove Child, like I said. So anyway, 3 albums from the band. Screamer. This is a Swedish heavy metal band. Definitely has a good like early new wave of British heavy metals, 80s hard rock sound, along with heavy metal, which I think is really good. Anyway, this is their first release. I think this one came out in 2011 or 12. This is Adrenaline Distractions. All 3 of these releases have really enjoyable album art. Like I said, these are long overdue. I've been aware of this artist for I think since 2017 when the album that all show up upcoming here, Hell Machine came out. So yeah, like I said, super glad to finally add these to the collection, and have been enjoying them quite a bit so far. Next one up, this was, I think 2015 was when this one came out. Anyway, this is Phoenix. I enjoyed the red jewel case packaging here. I don't think I can go without actually saying words. Anyway, this is Phoenix, their second album. And this is their most recent album. Came out, like I said, 2017. Great album art. Hell Machine. So yeah, definitely check these guys out if you're into. Like I said, it's more of it definitely has it mimics more of the new wave of British heavy metal era of sound. Yeah, all 3 albums really are really solid and definitely worth your time. So yeah, Screamer, Hell Machine, Phoenix, and Adrenaline Distractions. Let's get this Alright, last CD for this update. Picked this up for my end of the year contest where I gave away my top 5 in CD form. And what I wanted from people was to suggest a solo to me, and the one I liked best would be the winner. Anyway, I finally got around to picking up the album that solo that one came from. This is the band OPHICVS. I think these guys are from the U.S. I'm not totally sure, and it's sort of just it's almost like a one-man project, I would say here. And this is a interesting blend of heavy metal, thrash, speed, maybe a little bit of death metal, barely. Really, to be honest, I love this artist because of the riffs. Some of the riffs are really fantastic, and the soloing is as you would assume based on the fact that I picked the solo to win. The soloing is excellent as well. Still not totally sold on this guy's vocals. Sometimes I'm okay with it. Sometimes I'm like not really into this guy's vocals, but I guess I should look see what's going on here before I just randomly show it. Yeah, the thing I really actually like about this artist the most, I think, is that he's just rocking. He's just rocking. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just like, I'm into rock music. I'm into metal. I'm just gonna rock, and that's what's going on here with the OPHICVS. I don't think I actually said the name of the album. It's Steel Horned Gasmasked Metalhead. Awesome stuff. OPHICVS, check it out. Alright, we got some cassettes. Picked it up on cassette as well, but this is actually just going to get added to my my pile of cassettes that I'm going to do in a giveaway. Actually, I got a lot of cassettes I'm giving away. Can't really think of a good idea yet for what I want to do for a contest to give it away. So if you have any good ideas for me, leave them in the comments below. Another release that I want to add to that pile, Breaking the Spell from Sign of the Jackal. This is a killer release from 2018. Probably the #1 2018 release that I picked up in 2019. That had I picked it up in 2018 probably would have made my top 30 list, because this album rips freaking hardcore. So yeah, this is adding to the list. Picked up another copy of Smoulder's Times of Obscene Evil and Wild Daring to give away as well, because this album is totally awesome. Probably my #2 for right now. Yeah. This is another album. This is another cassette for the pile. This is an album from last year. Manacle's No Fear to Persevere. This actually, I think it was maybe like my #12, somewhere in that area. Release from last year. Comes in this cool red cassette with the black label. Anyway, awesome stuff there. And then one more cassette release. I picked up 2 copies. This is it's funny. He said he wasn't gonna repress it, but he had so many people asking him about it that he finally just gave in and did it. And I'm happy about that, because I never was able to pick up a cassette copy for myself. And that is the self-titled release by Satan's Hallow. My #1 release from 2017, because even to this day, in what we are, June of 2019, I still consider it to be, at this point, an all-time release for me. This album is just really, really good, and I'm really happy to finally pick it up on cassette. He released it on this very kind of like, I enjoyed that it was just kind of sort of the, you know, if you bought cassettes in the 80s and 90s, most of them to me just came on these clear with the silver inside, or gray, maybe silver gray inside. So cool to have it picked up on that kind of cassette. Picked up 2 copies because one of them's going on the pile. So as you can see, my pile is very large, lots of cassettes. So yeah, if you have any ideas for a contest, like I said, leave them in the comments.
Voices that dance in your mind don't reside without words. It whispers so loud that they deafen night screams like a baby crying.
That's all I got, so thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Check out Hoove Child Records, cassettes, vinyl, CDs, they got it all. Heavy metal. I even saw in the distro they have right now, I think, the 1 through 4 Thief Dungeon Synth collection. So, you know, even kind of stuff that is sort of other heavy metal fans might be into also, you'll find there. Just give it a go. I'll leave a link to the label. It's kind of crazy. Initially, I sort of just followed them sort of biasly because Patrick, who runs it, is the drummer of Satan's Hallow. Now in the band Midnight Dice. I'll leave a link to that too because the band's awesome. Demo, 3 tracks. Good stuff. You know, like I said, initially I sort of just biasly followed the label. Have seen it kind of grow. See more stuff show up in the distro. He's got a new site now, and I gotta say, I don't know if I could think of a stronger U.S. heavy metal distro that I can think of. Swords and Chains is solid. They have good stuff, but I think I like Hoove Child's better. Stormspell kind of mostly has carried their own stuff. At least more recently for me, I've noticed they've carried some other stuff. But man, Hoove Child's where it's at. So yeah, if you like heavy metal, check them out. Link in the description. That's all I gotta say. Have a good day.